Hey everyone, this is Andy Lesloza from Caxton Local Media, and what a news-packed week it's been for the communities of Joburg North. From the Field Band Foundation hosting a gender-based violence awareness campaign, to Honeydew Police Station being involved in a car chase, which ultimately resulted in one arrest and one suspect escaping, to a contested dungeon in Berario and the closure of Trinity House North Riding. What a crazy week it's been. Starting with the Randburg Sun and the unfortunate news of Trinity House North Riding closing at the end of this year. So Trinity House will be closing their doors at the end of this year, citing low student enrollment and low expectations for student enrollment in the future. The area they were in, which is the North Riding area, they weren't seeing the development that they had expected to see at the time, and the numbers were dwindling, and they made the decision to call it a day and close the school. But not to worry for the students that are enrolled. Trinity House, Rand Park Ridge and Little Falls is still running at 100%, and they will be taking in some of the teachers and some of the students who will be staying with them. So there's not much to worry for the community and for the students who are already schooling there. 2 years ago, the community of Berario were up in arms when a development was earmarked to become a student accommodation site. At the time, it was described as an underground dungeon which would lack light and ventilation for anyone staying there. But very recently, the developers invited myself and the Northcliffe Melville Times to come have a look at it, and I can confirm with everyone watching this right now that all paperwork of the city, all bylaws, all building requirements have been adhered to. They've got the stamp of approval from City of Johannesburg, and the units themselves are decently sized with adequate ventilation, adequate lighting, proper security, and it's a space that anyone would be happy to live in. Jumping to the Randburg Sun, as I said earlier, Honeydew police were involved in a chase and shootout with suspects after a courier service was robbed in Cosmo City. According to Honeydew police, one of the security guards at the crime scene silently followed the suspects after they had robbed the courier service and alerted the police of all the details, where they were, how many people, vehicle they were traveling in, and Honeydew police station picked up on all the information and followed suit. Within no time, a car chase had ensued, and a shootout between the two parties had taken place. Luckily, no injuries were reported in the scene. Unfortunately, one of the suspects had escaped, but fortunately, one of the suspects were arrested, and police are working on that. They are investigating the matter forward. So it's good to know that there was a security guard who paid attention to the crime scene, and police followed on all the details. Running back to the Northcliffe Melville Times, on the 22nd of August, the Field Band Foundation had their members out in the most amazing outfits and their musical instruments to host an awareness campaign against gender-based violence. As we all know, gender-based violence is a serious problem in the country, and it didn't stop during lockdown, and the members of the band made their voices heard in the best way they know how, through music and placards. Get your running shoes ready, because in both the Randburg Sun and Northcliffe Melville Times, there is some running that you guys can expect. Starting with the Randburg Sun, Randburg Harriers will be hosting an annual race from here on out, named after local running legend Deirdre Larkin, who has been running since 2010. This 89-year-old has been running at least 60 marathons every year, and now Randburg Harriers have decided, in tribute to her and her commitment to the sport of running, to name a marathon after her, which will be hosted online this year, that people can enter from wherever they are. Running back into the Northcliffe Melville Times, Running Zone Athletics Clubs will also be hosting a series of marathons between the 25th of September and 4th of October. This will be held between Monday and Sunday, where anyone in the community can run between 10, 20, 30, 50, or 100 kilometers at any point during that week, post it onto social media to the group and share with the community to show just how active they really are. And that was just some of the stories from this week. For more from the Randburg Sun or Northcliffe Melville Times, go to your nearest post box or wherever you can find your newspaper. Pick it up and let us know which stories interested you, which stories you'd like to hear more from us, or anything else interesting happening in your community. Until the next time, see you guys.